The council of aliens that I've mentioned before is made up of very different aliens that allow you as a soul or as a light spirit to join, before you're born. They're totally different from the Council of Nine. And the Council of Nine has Atum as one of the main deities. Now, these deities, through mediums and clairvoyants, have said that they've been with us since the start of time. Now, that time probably means the time from when humans were created, not from previous. Now, I'm talking here about Earth being seeded. Now, these guys wouldn't have done that. It was a race that we call the Ancients. Now, the reason why I believe that we was seeded is because there's these 3 billion-year-old objects that have been found around different places. Now, I think that they probably had DNA or bacteria or something to help start life on Earth. Now, there's people say, or eyewitnesses and whistleblowers, should I say, have said that other aliens have the same DNA as us. In fact, even Bigfoot does. So then you start thinking, well, okay, did they all make us? No. The ancients had this particular type of DNA. Now, we're calling it human DNA, but obviously it's not human DNA. Let's just call it ancient DNA. So the ancients went around seeding planets. And the reason why we can say that is because when we look at this, just this is a little fruit fly, and it has human DNA. Now, if you imagine then that the whistleblowers that say all the other aliens have the same DNA as us, then it makes sense that one particular race that probably started life before anyone else went round seeding the planets. And if that's the case, then you've got a race of beings that's older than any life that existed on any other planet. Now, the source or creation, which is what the aliens call God. Now, whether or not it's sentient, I don't know. Whether or not it just manifests things. I'm on the side of manifesting things. But apparently, the source or creation had told the ancients, which were the first race ever on the universe, to go and seed. So they were guided by the source or creation to create life throughout the universe. So when someone says, Bigfoot's DNA matches, it's got humans' DNA in it, therefore it's not real, think again, because even a little fly has. I've just added some videos to the backup channel, Our True History Replies, and I'm going to start putting the drive time chats that I have with Something to Think About. We chat in the car about various subjects, and what we decided to do was make them each one about one particular subject. So the first one that I've uploaded is missing people, and it's not just missing people that get killed, it's missing people that vanish in a mysterious way. So we chat about that because it's quite long, about 20 minutes. I've done them in different parts, 3 minutes each, so you can just scroll past and watch the next one and the next one and the next one. I hope you like it, so please subscribe to the new channel, which is, it's also sort of a backup channel. It's worth subscribing to just in case. Our True History Replies, it's called, and you'll see these videos on there, and I'll be adding more as we go. Thank you. Some abductees have said they've actually seen human, sort of American personnel, military personnel, helping with working with the Greys and the Tall Whites. Now, if it was for the benefit of the Greys, then there's no real point in the military being there. So that brings me to my next point. Now, there's been radiation marks, actual physical radiation marks from abductees. Now, I come up with the idea that maybe, and there's scoop marks sometimes as well, maybe these are tests to help military people withstand the radiation of space. In other words, instead of using their own people, they're just picking people up off of Earth, testing on them, and then pulling them back up another time. So it might be a military exercise as opposed to a grey exercise. I mentioned in the last video the word false flag event. I'm not going to go into it on my channel. Something to Think About TV talks about false flags. He also talks about crisis actors, etc. So if you're interested to know more about the false flag, please visit his channel. There's some good references out there for what actually constitutes what craft looks like, an alien craft. Now this is the Adamski type. Now he is a guy that allegedly took photographs of them. I'm not sure whether, because he had these things underneath, and if you look, there's nothing else that has anything sort of protruding like that underneath. I'm not saying that he didn't actually see them. I'm just saying he may have recreated them because he was getting ridiculed, so he had to take photographs and recreate them, and maybe got it slightly different. It just looks a weird one compared to everything else that's so we can take from all the aliens that have been visiting Earth the fact that none of them at the moment are going to wipe us out. They probably would have done it before we had the ability to have technological advanced weapons, or even back engineered their craft. So no aliens are going to come here and invade us. However, there's a thing called Project Bluebeam, which is a military thing. I'd heard about it 20 years ago, I think, and it was set up before that. And basically what that says is that the military will create a false flag, a secret military will create a false flag alien invasion using holograms, so that people will then say, oh, please hide me in these big bunkers, or please hide me somewhere, do whatever it takes, have our freedom. Just watch this if you don't believe me on the technology. That's